back to another episode of
Her Work Matters.
We're on episode
7, y'all. We's on 7.
What's this? This is 4. 7. Lord Jesus. It's been a long morning. And it's
been a long weekend.
11. It's 11:40. It has
been a long weekend, honestly.
I don't know. Somebody 3-day weekends. It just like it be like a whole bunch of events always.
Yeah. I don't know. It be like that. Like it be like, oh, everybody want to do something now. Everybody want to have something going on.
Everybody off. Everybody do a little extra.
Okay,
day.
they say this Monday my sleep day. Maybe I can do
I'm
something
resting.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm free all those days, but Monday
Okay.
we're resting. We treat Monday like a Sunday. So yeah,
That's the reset day.
Okay.
For people that go back on Tuesday.
Gotta get it back together. But we are back with another episode. We are also both recording again. So disclaimer.
Okay, y'all already know. We only gotta get into
See
all
it
of that.
again. You know why?
Okay.
All right. So, but this episode we are going to be talking about decensoring yourself, removing yourself out of the center
of your life, out of everything.
Everything.
It's really out of everything.
Out of everything.
Cause I will say when I first was like thinking about it or whatever, like kind of like what is decentering or whatever, I was listening to another podcast and they were just talking about how like for them like what they do to decenter themselves is like instead of take like we talked about before, instead of like taking something personally, you just kind of being like this ain't really got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Like instead of just taking everything on yourself, it's like okay, well let me do this, or just being comfortable in discomfort. Decentering yourself is being comfortable in discomfort. In the discomfort, and not letting your comfort or discomfort affect other people. That's the hard part. That is the hard part because when you're uncomfortable, it's like everything around you just starts to irritate you.
Yes.
Because it's like I'm in a space right now where I'm having growing pains. It's like I'm having growing pains right now. And I don't have the capacity, but I also can't take that out on y'all.
That's the name of it.
Because I gotta grow, but I don't got it.
I love when we be saying, when I be finding little parts of the episode, be like, that's the name of it. Growing pains.
Right down.
Because I forget, and I be like, sorry, what you think? And then I edit.
And I be like, girl, what I said.
That be the thing, I edit, and then I be like, oh, I remember when she said that was a key for me to be like, that's the name of it. Anyway, but yeah, decentering yourself in my research is taking yourself out of the picture and viewing things from other people's perspective and not just focusing on you, because a lot of
it's the not focusing on you.
Yes, because a lot of our responses, a lot of the way we react is because we are selfish people. Like we are built this way. Like we focus on ourselves first, and then it's like other people. Now, some people, they kind of put other people before them, but ultimately, I feel like if you are living a life where you are having to make choices all the time, like if you're an adult, that's basically what I'm trying to say. If you are a true adult, sometimes you don't got time to be thinking about this. What is it gonna do for me? Because I'm the one that's living it.
I'm the one that's living it. I'm the only one that has to deal with what comes with it. And so I feel like a part of like decentering yourself is also like, how like we talk about how like sometimes people will do stuff and we get upset with the decisions they make for themselves. And it's like, but why are we mad? Because they make a decision for their life.
That's what you wanted.
Like that's what they wanted. If that's what you want, baby, okay, great. I may not think it's gonna work out. I may have experience. I'm like, girl, but hey. Some stuff is just uncontrollable. Some stuff you gotta let people go through.
Yes.
And it's like when they go through it, it's like in the midst of it, I feel like you have to decide as a person, do I want to be around while you're going through it? Or do I want to take a step back because I can't handle it and I don't want that pressure on me to be taking on what you're doing because I disagree that much.
Yes.
So I feel it goes both ways. The same way I have to respect you want to make your decisions, you have to respect whether I can be the one to be here for you during this time. Because everybody cannot be there for every season. Yes. And like if it's something that somebody is really like, I can't with that, it's probably best for you to take a step back. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. At least you recognize that. I
feel like it becomes an issue when the parties with the attachment, like the attachment and people feeling like entitled to your space. Like, well, I was with you when you was going through this. Why I can't be with you when you going through this? So it's like, but that was a different season. Like,
exactly.
It's a little personal right now.
It's a little more personal, and if I don't feel like you are where I am right now, you can't really be in the space because it's like it's gonna be more work for me, and I can't focus on all of that work when I'm really trying to work on me.
Like
And honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like the whole part of like, you know, even from us starting a podcast and like at the same time starting therapy, like that was just a whole like decenter ourselves. Like we're doing something that was not something that we're normally doing.
No.
We was not, I mean, I ain't gonna say we wasn't working on ourselves, but we wasn't actively doing nothing to change anything. So it's like when you do start to implement those changes, people start looking at you differently because like, oh, you different now. It's like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, I am different
and
now.
And if you were able to have the perspective and take yourself out of the center, you could see how this will benefit everybody in my life. Like me working on me is helpful for everybody because now I know how to operate with you. I know when you're dealing with this. I know, you know, let me not take that personal because that's, you know, that's a trigger for you. You working through that, etc. Like when you are able to get a different perspective of just life in general, then you're able to like deal with people differently because that's when you're able to give more grace. You're able to give grace, but also hold people accountable when they don't like. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I can give grace. Like you can give grace, but you also need everybody needs to be accountable in this situation. Because I feel like for what you're talking about, for somebody to understand it, they have to also be working on themselves. That's how I feel. I don't know if that's what it is, but I feel like it's hard for somebody to understand what you're going through and the growing pains that you're going through and the things that you're trying to do differently that are out of your norm. It's hard for them to accept those new changes and those new boundaries you set with them. Whereas I feel like if somebody that's on the same journey as you or like at least trying to, they understand it. They understand that it's like she gotta move differently because she's trying to be somebody different. She can't do the same thing she was doing if she's trying to do something different. Like it's not gonna work. So yeah, I feel like if, for somebody to understand that, they have to be wanting the same thing like for themselves or at least be on the journey. I don't feel like somebody who is stagnant or who is okay or content with where they are in life, I don't feel like they'll understand that fully because you don't see nothing wrong with what you're doing. So therefore you feel like there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, but I do feel like there's something wrong with what I'm doing. And you feel like, oh, you acting funny or you doing this, that, and the third because you're being like you know. You gotta do different to be different. Like I can't keep doing the same things and expect to be a whole different person. Like it's not gonna work. Thank you. Thank you.
That's the literal definition.
It's not gonna work.
Just doing the same stuff and expecting different results from you doing the same thing.
And it's like I feel like people also have to understand like that is an uncomfortable period. Like when you're trying to grow out of things that's been ingrained in you for years.
Absolutely.
Years. Or things that at one point you were okay with having in your life or doing in your life that now you're like, I don't like that. Like I don't like that. I don't like that. It's hard to get out of that.
It's breaking a bad habit.
It is
especially
hard.
Like you said, it's years. Like especially
this is not nothing we started as teenagers. This is stuff that's been ingrained in you from really
generational.
Yes. It's generational.
It's generational.
And that is why people be so comfortable with it. Because you are going to be okay with what your surroundings look like.
As long as you are around it.
As long as you are around it, it's okay because this is the norm. This is what everybody's doing.
Okay.
But that's not what everybody's doing.
But when somebody challenge you on what you think is the correct way. And that goes to a point that I made. It's okay to disagree with people. Like you're not always right.
You can respectfully disagree.
Two things can exist in one. Two things can exist. She can have an opinion about something I can, but that doesn't mean we about to fight about it.
No, we do that.
And I'm not about to try to convince her of what I feel. Like if that's like we can have because
that's not our job. That's not our job.
I can give you another perspective, but that doesn't mean I change your mind.
And I feel like you can also see and respect somebody else's perspective, but still have the stance of, I don't agree with that. But I do understand where you're coming from. I do see how you got there. I see how that makes sense. But for me, I'm not there. Because I feel like for some people, it takes them time to get to a certain place. Like, some people may feel like, having 50 kids is good. And it's like, that is good. You can afford 50
If
kids.
you can't afford
If
it.
you can afford 50 kids, but it isn't when you can't afford them. But I feel like somebody is if they're not in the thought process of I can't afford them, they're just like, well, these my kids, I love them. They're not gonna understand how that has a negative effect on everybody else around you.
Because you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah, so I feel like somebody else may be like, you know what, right now, not the best time. I need to, it goes for anything. Anybody, some people be in school forever just because they don't want to pay student loans back. Some people do that. Some people do that. And it's like, for us, it's like, you are accruing more money to owe them. But for them, they're like, I don't got to pay it back.
You can't be in school forever.
But for some people, they will try.
But it's
they
like,
will try.
How many degrees we gonna get? And then what you gonna do with them? Like, what is the end goal?
The end goal is to not pay them back, and I'm still getting a check for being in school. That is some people's motivation. I'm getting a check for being in school, and I don't have to pay you back right now because I'm in school. That's what I'm saying. For us, it's like, why would you do that? But for them, it's like,
I'm ready to get out. Stop accruing nothing.
Exactly.
Don't accrue
for
nothing.
them, they may be like, well, I need this refund check to pay my rent. So I'm just
I did.
Okay.
But I'm not about to stay in
I'm not
school.
saying, but also we're not about to just keep staying in school to get a check.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
no.
not. I'm trying to get the next check. That's why I came to school for. The bigger check.
The bigger check. The school check.
The school check is not going to last forever.
Exactly.
I need a bigger check. That's why I'm here. Trying to get it. Bigger credentials for a bigger salary, please. It needs to match.
It's stepping stones, but we can't just stay here and be like, oh, we good right here. We're good. We are good. No, we're
content,
not.
but you're not.
No.
You're not.
You really, like, I feel like I say this a lot. Like, you really got to get beside yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, in everything, in every aspect. Like, when you take yourself out of feeling like your thought process is, like, superior to others, mm-hmm. or you feel like your opinion, anything is superior, mm-hmm. if you get out of that and just be like, you know what, I think like this, but somebody else may not, and I'm open to hearing somebody's perspective. I feel like that opens you up so much more.
It does.
I feel like that when you hold yourself to like, no, I just don't, no. Then I feel like you close yourself off from meeting a lot of different people. You're not learning. From learning different things, from experiencing different things.
Everything.
Opportunities won't come your way because you literally just feel like what you think and the way you're doing it is right when there may be another way.
Yeah. And you may have blew your opportunity, but
you
want to be a know-it-all with somebody who is trying to give you a stepping stone to learn more, but you over here trying to challenge them.
And everything don't have to be a challenge.
Everything
don't have to be a debate. Everything is not a challenge.
Everything is not a challenge. Challenge. We don't need it. Like, sometimes when you just have a conversation with people, and even if it is a debate, you can healthily debate with people. Yeah. Like, it's nothing wrong with people having different opinions and different perspectives.
You don't have to be mad after the debate. It don't have to end on the
debate. Why don't you
agree? You have to be mad after it.
You ain't because you were trying to convince me of your truth.
But the fact that you couldn't convince me to make you mad because
I thought we was having a conversation. What happened?
No, we was just talking.
Okay.
I didn't know it was.
That's why you be listening to understand, not to respond, not to get your stuff off.
Listen to understand, not respond.
Because you can always tell when you having a conversation with somebody and they ain't heard nothing you said. Because you was just waiting to say that, won't you?
Oh yeah.
Because
what I had nothing to do with what
it didn't correlate with anything I really actually not even on the same topic. I actually was talking about something different, and you don't know. You don't know. Because you're so focused on you. What I need to do, what I need to say, how I need to feel, and it's like, well, clearly you're in a situation with another person.
Yeah.
So all parties have to be addressed.
Everything has to be addressed, and I feel like everybody has the right to feel like what they're saying is right for their stance, but you don't have to push that on nobody else. Like, you have the right to feel like you're right,
and I think,
but you don't have to be like trying to push it on somebody so much to where they don't want to hear nothing you got to say now because like they just trying to convince me of Because I feel like I feel like I definitely was like that. I didn't say I feel like
you was. I was.
You were. And I'm like, for me, what it was, I really had to. I was always on guard. I'm always on guard because I was offended. That's all it was. I'm just expecting for somebody to offend me. That's what it was.
Sitting in the fence. Sitting on ready. Perch.
And when I say that is the most like, what it does to your nervous system is terrible.
It's like fight or flight all the time.
It's terrible. Like that's why I be like, couldn't nobody pay me to get me out of where I am now. Because y'all don't understand what it was a couple months ago. Y'all don't understand.
Okay, you don't know.
Y'all don't understand how peaceful it is now. I would never go back to arguing with you about something that don't matter. Never. 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 Baby, disturb my peace? No, I'll just leave. I'll just leave. Because I love it here. Because it's not fun. It's not fun always being offended and always having to explain yourself.
Yeah.
But when it is your fault. Like, it was my fault. It's my fault that I always have to explain myself because I'm choosing to be offended when you just trying to have a conversation with me. It is my fault. It is. And that's for me to deal with, not you. And the fact that I'm putting that on you, it's on me again. It's on me. Ain't none of it on you because you didn't even come in here with those intentions or that type of heart. That's me. My heart posture was already on I'm offended.
Oh, I was already in there.
My heart posture was already on I'm on offended. So it had nothing to do with you from the beginning anyways. So you being offended, that spirit, you gotta get that off of you for real. It's not cute. It's not fun. No. All that defensiveness, offensiveness.
I'm still working, y'all.
No.
Zharyia is doing great. I'm having a lot of we're doing a lot of.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm doing great, but I feel like I'm more intentional now because I think about it more now. I feel like I really be thinking more like, Zharyia, is this really gonna matter tomorrow? Because I be irritated with myself when I'm mad about something all day because I'm like, it's been a whole day. Come on. So for me, if that's what my mom like, okay, what can we do to get out of this funk? Get out of it. I don't want to be here no more. So I feel like that's why I'm like that now because I'm like, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want it.
Woo,
I don't want it.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Y'all keep that. Baby, once I got that bag, I won't try to go pick it up from baggage claim.
Ooh, okay, I don't want that.
You can throw that one away.
Okay. That's used.
That bag is used. It's toe up. I got a hole in it.
Another point I had about decentering yourself, which I thought was interesting, a different perspective of it is when people do stuff for other people, or we're gonna say when people do stuff for other people and they go on social media and like post it. But like you can tell this isn't for like you're not trying to say like I helped this person. It's just like what I did. It's gratification.
Yes.
Get yourself out of that. If you really want to serve people, it's not about you.
It's not about you.
And even if, and I don't have like, I know some people feel like, you know, if you want to help people, you shouldn't post it. You shouldn't do this. And I definitely feel like for some situations, like you don't need to be posting that. Like if you're giving food to homeless, you don't need to be putting that on your Instagram story.
But I don't like it's no problem. If you want to post that you went to a homeless shelter and helped, there's no issue with that.
There's no issue with that. The issue comes in where you typing this caption and everything is I came here because I needed and I. So really, did you serve the people or did you serve you?
I'm gonna say, did you even serve anybody? It's about you.
It made yourself feel good because you made you feel like you were doing something. You were helping, but you really wasn't.
You weren't
there for the right reason.
Ooh.
Get yourself out of there. This is not about you. Ooh. These people are really going through real life situations and they need somebody that's there for them that actually want to be there. And you up there doing it for the ground? Doing it for a TikTok video? That's crazy.
That's just about the same as us living a certain way just out of fear of God because we're expecting something from Him.
Like, get on about that.
Like,
he
well, let me do this so God, you big baby, what? I don't know, hold on, wait.
We're not barter.
You got it wrong.
We don't barter, baby.
No, we don't. Yo, you should do this out of the goodness of your heart. You shouldn't be doing this in your mind.
Yeah, God gonna give me that.
Yeah, if I help this person, God gonna give me my blessings gonna come from that. Like that ain't even how.
That's not how that works.
It's not how that works. Or even like simply, like you know how people that be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna cuss today, stuff like that. Like you not even doing it in the sense of I'm trying to be a better person. You trying to do it because you like I just don't want to cuss so God can bless me, and that ain't how it works.
You don't
again
conditional
for self,
not conditional blessings.
Let me try to do this because it's like I feel like when you get into the mindset of like doing that to people that you're trying to serve, or even being like that with God, it gets to a point where it's like, who are you for real? Because one, if you said you were doing this to like you trying to help the homeless, you doing this to serve them, why are you putting the spotlight back on you as if you are like their savior. That's like a savior complex. Like
That's
who asked you to save? They didn't ask you to save them.
They didn't ask you to come there.
You wanted to do this.
Wanted to go.
They didn't ask you for nothing. But here you are trying to make it seem like you're this great savior coming to do something great for them. I don't like that.
Coming to do something great
I don't
for
like
them. And you probably ain't even doing that much.
It ain't. Same way we ain't doing too much for God, we expect so much from Him. But we can't even talk to Him. We can't even do our. We can't even read our Bible. We can't journal. We can't do none of that. But oh my gosh, God not hear my prayers.
God not hear your prayers 2 minutes. By the time you get started, it's already done.
It's the same prayer every night, so it's just a routine now. It don't even have no real meaning behind it no more.
You just going through
the motions. This is part of your routine by this time. You don't even really mean it.
You don't have nothing different to pray for? You've been praying for the same thing, but you ain't been doing nothing to help your prayer.
You ain't been doing nothing to help your prayer, and maybe you not giving it because you idolizing it. And He said, I'm not giving you that to make that your God. Absolutely not.
No.
Why would I do that?
Why would I do that? Because I know
you want a new car and a new house, but you won't think you did it by yourself.
You gonna be on social media flex.
Okay.
Self-made.
Self-made. Here you are in the center again. You gonna put yourself back in the center.
So it's you, huh?
I did it. It's me. I did it all on my own. No. Like,
no.
I was just talking to somebody about this, and she literally said to me, she was like, I'm okay with being single. She's like, but some of her friends, like, they're not. She was like, why would God give you a husband? You making him seem like he's the end all be all for everything you need. Why would He give you that? You're not ready. And I was like, woo, child. That can play for a lot of things. We're not ready. We want a lot of things that we may not be ready for because, again, we're going to think we did it.
We don't think we did it.
This is all we needed.
And sometimes God will give you those things.
To show you.
And give you the opportunity to show me what you're going to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted it so bad. You wanted to be in the center of this so bad.
Yes.
Okay, I'll put you in there. Now what you going to do with it?
What you going to do? And in my thinking, I'm like, if we just decent ourselves, get beside ourselves, imagine the blessings that would come unknowingly from you just.
And the blessing you could be to others.
And what you get out of blessing somebody else.
And that's what you get out of blessing somebody else. Because
again, you are not the center of attention. It is not you. You have not made this your work. You have God beside yourself and said, it's not about me. It's about all of us as a collective. We need each other. So therefore, I have to be a part of this ecosystem too. And I cannot just be thinking, take. It's all about me.
You got to give back to it.
You have to give back.
You have to give back.
You gotta get back. How you gonna keep taking and you're not giving?
You couldn't expect everybody to pour into you all the time, and you ain't. Your cup overflowing, and your friend's cup is
a drought. But then when your friends call, oh, you know where to be seen.
You can't answer the phone.
You're nowhere to be found.
No support.
Or when you do show up and you do decide to humble yourself and get beside yourself because you need something. It's not because I'm willingly.
I'm thinking you calling me because you better hold yourself accountable.
No.
Another favor, huh? You look tired.
Okay, come on. Listen.
I'm telling you, I need my community. I need my support.
I need all of my support
friends.
I need everybody.
I need my family. I need the associates. I need everybody because everybody plays their part.
Everyone plays their part. Everyone serves a different purpose. And you never know what you can do for somebody else or what they may be able to do for you. You never know.
You never know.
Just by y'all living in a community and doing what you're supposed to be, giving, take. Everything is give and take. Everything.
It is.
Give and take.
We used to talk about. Remember when we did the episode on stuff being transactional? It is. Everything is transactional. Whether you want to admit it or not, and it might not feel good, but yeah. Most of the time, people do stuff because they are expecting something back. However, you shouldn't think that way, but I want to feel good too.
Yes, and for me, it's like I want to feel good too. And it's not like I'm expecting something every time.
Yes.
For me, it's when I start noticing a pattern. Then that's when I start being. That's when I start
because you're taking
looking.
To me.
Because I'm not the person. I don't count what you do for me, and I don't count what I do for you. If I'm doing it for you, it's because I want to and I can.
Absolutely.
But if it starts
looking like
something else. I'm like, you ain't never there when I need you.
okay.
Or I'm always giving. I don't never feel like you listening to me. Yeah, now I'm starting to count because I'm not getting it.
I'm not getting it. So it's just you.
I'm not getting anything out of it.
You and you in the center.
You winning what I'm doing.
Okay. You can't even make room for me in the center. Can I get on the stage too?
Okay, well, just scoot over a little
girl. Excuse me.
Just scooch.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Can
Try to get in here, sweetie. Suck it in. Try to get in here.
Okay, hold it. I'm weak. You're funny. So, some questions that I feel like, well, I only got 2 questions that I feel like are important when you feel like you put yourself in the center. You should ask, who am I doing this for? Like, what is this for? Is this for me? Or is this for the person it's supposed to be for? Like,
does this serve a greater purpose?
Who is it serving?
Yes.
Because if it's gonna make me feel good,
who am I doing this for? Because when you start living your life to look good for other people,
please,
answer
to whatever. Like, how is it going to make me feel? Because ultimately, if it's just for self gratification, that's gonna be temporary.
It is.
It feels better to do stuff for other people than it feels to do for you. As far as service, like helping out other people, that's gonna feel, the longevity of that feeling is going to be compared to, I'm doing something for myself. I'm gonna forget about that later.
Okay.
Oh, we did go feed the homeless today, didn't we? I don't remember this. I was ready to go anyway.
I was ready to go.
I just had to go show my face and take a picture.
Okay.
And let everybody know I was there.
Or like I've literally seen the video. I don't know what video that was where this girl was acting like she was cleaning up the beach and left the trash, but forgot to turn the camera on and like it got posted.
I did not see that, but that is crazy.
What was the purpose?
But why do people
for you to go fake clean up the beach? Nobody asked you to come.
Nobody asked you to come do this anyway. The beach is always dirty.
Always. But you took it upon yourself to want to record yourself cleaning this beach
faking
and left the trash because you didn't care anyways.
So who are you doing it for?
The TikTok. That's what y'all be doing it for, the TikTok and the other social medias. Y'all need to stop doing that. Because if social media gets shut down for one day, y'all will be hurt.
We know what to do.
We know what to do because
that validation.
Because you don't do nothing else.
That's all you're looking for, that validation. And then the second question is, what's the focus? What am I focusing on? Again, am I focusing on me? Am I focusing on...
And I feel like even if you are doing stuff for yourself, it should be stuff that's going to help you long term. Not like right now.
Yes.
Like, that's like just, okay, I can eat Chick-fil-A right now. It's going to make me feel good right now. But later on, I ain't going to be thinking about that. I'm not going to be thinking about how good I felt when I ate it. Like, I'm saying stuff if you're going to be doing anything for self, let it be something that's positive in the long term. And most of the time, if it is something that's positive in the long term, it's going to be something that can help other people too. So it's still not for self, really.
It's really not.
Still not.
You get down to the root of it, still not.
It's still not.
Still not for self. Because if I'm in a good space, then that means I can pour it to all these other people that's in my life, and then they can pour it to everybody else that's extended.
Which means we have to get in a good space. We actually have to work on ourselves to stay, good headspace, positive.
Absolutely.
Not taking things personally, not acting out,
Not acting out. Because
some people be acting out.
I be acting out.
Sometimes I do be acting out, but I'm okay with my acting out because I do it alone. My acting out don't affect others. So when I do act out, you would never know. You would never know.
Okay.
Look, you would never know.
Okay, I'm in the center of that.
Okay.
Okay. You got anything else to say about this?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Well then, that was the end of the episode, y'all. Decenter yourself. Get yourself off of the main stage.
Okay, step aside. Step aside and help somebody on the side.
Okay, move over.
Okay.
Cause you just
do something for somebody else today. Go.
Exactly. When you see this episode,
do something for somebody else.
Do something for somebody.
I don't care where you at. You could be at the grocery store and the little old lady's trying to get her card out and she's struggling. Help her get her card.
Get her card.
And just don't say that. Just you welcome, ma'am, and just walk off. You don't don't owe you nothing. Just help them. Cause that stuff does make you feel good. That's the stuff you really think about. Like you think about that stuff.
Hey, I really did help that lady today. She was really.
Yes, and I'm sure that probably made that lady there like, girl, help me. Like,
and that's the thing, you don't know.
You don't know. You helping that lady get her buggy, and somebody just paying her attention to help her get her buggy may help her be like, you know what? There are nice.
Okay. Some nice people in the world.
It is some nice people in the world. I might be having a real bad day, but the fact that you just came over here to help me and that was the last straw that frustrated me. Because I was about to
turn this car over.
Thank you. Sometimes
it
be like that. Sometimes
it's
it be like
get
that.
bad over here. Okay, so yeah. I got, how many affirmations I got today? 2. I got 2 affirmations today. The first one is, centering can mean we're trying to draw an equivalence that doesn't exist. You trying to put yourself in the center of something that you're not even in. Stop trying to push yourself into something, again, like sitting in the space of offense. Like you're literally waiting.
You're waiting for somebody to do something to
waiting
you.
For something to align so you can be in it. But the truth is, you're not in it. That's like when black people talk about racism, and white people like to say, well, it's uncomfortable for me. You did not deal with this on the same level. Like, I get it, you are far removed from your ancestors' school, but baby, black people is still living.
We're still living.
In some discriminatory times. And we are still dealing with oppression.
We are still crazy stuff.
Yes.
And that's what
and you're saying you're uncomfortable. You don't put yourself in the center of this, talking about I'm uncomfortable and I'm not my ancestor. I'm not either.
See,
I'm not either.
I'm blessed, and I hope God just continue to protect me and not have me run into a situation like that.
Me too.
Because for you to tell me you're uncomfortable, I'm the type of person that will really make you uncomfortable. I'm really gonna say something that's
not real. It's dead. Get out. Just get out of that. Cause I
don't even like that. I don't see
your privilege is so high.
We'll leave that.
Your privilege is, I don't see color.
Yeah, I don't like them either. What you mean you don't see color?
It's about 3. I don't see color. I got a black friend. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Because if you really got a black friend, we wouldn't even be having a conversation.
We wouldn't be having a conversation. And, no, I love everyone. Okay. For me, the I love everyone and the I don't see color people, it just gives me that your parents are racist and you're not, and you're trying to prove to us that you're not like your parents.
But deep down, your values align. Oh, that's also when we had, when Black Lives Matter was, because I kind of feel like, never mind.
It's a lot of layers with that. It's a lot of layers with that.
But how people can all lives matter. We're not focusing on that right now.
Okay.
Why is it about you? Or when we had the Black Lives Matter and now we got the police flag and the army, the firefighter. Why everybody got to strike?
Because the same way if because this is a great example. They like to do that, but it's like, I'll use Flint for example. Everybody else talking about how, we got bad water too. But no, everybody knows Flint doesn't have good water. Yeah. So it's not like other people are going around saying, well, our city or our county don't have good water either. Because you understand that these people are experiencing a little worse right now, so they actually need a little more help. But y'all want to talk about how the police...
That was the first affirmation. The second one is 6 ways to decenter yourself. Number 1, listen to understand. Number 2, practice silence. Reflect before you react. Number 3, create space. Create space for people. Let people be able to talk and say what they want to say. Number 4, ask open-ended questions instead of leading questions. Stop trying to get in people's business.
Okay.
Sit in this.
Okay. You don't want nobody
in yours, but you prime. Okay. Number 5, sit in discomfort. And number 6, stop derailing conversations. Stop trying to navigate and control people's narrative to fit yours. Because that's not how the conversation works.
That sounds like manipulation.
You got your own and I got my own, and then we talk about it, then we move on. Like,
that's it.
That's it.
So I have two. So my first one is the most important lesson I've learned over this past year is don't let anybody make you cruel. No matter how badly you want to give the world a taste of its own bitter medicine, it is never worth losing yourself.
Yes.
It's hard never worth losing yourself.
That is so hard to come back from. I have had to. Back in the days when I used to get hurt and shut down and I'm cold-hearted.
Be doing stuff.
I don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is?
The way you talk to people when you're upset.
So short, blunt.
Ooh!
I will cut you off.
You have
don't care.
I'm not trying to understand.
That's it. That's
it's a bad place to be in. It's so dark.
You have to come like
it's
when
so dark, and you
mute your emotions and you keep suppressing how you truly feel.
It's gonna come back to bite you even bigger. That's like the biggest monster you can have in yourself. Suppressing what you feel, because it's always gonna come back in some way, shape, or form. Whether it be in your own life or somebody else like that they're in your life, and now you gotta see them, and you feel some way towards them, but it ain't even them. It's you.
It's you, because that triggered.
They ain't did nothing to you. You got triggered because it's you, and you didn't work on that. My second one says, when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. You fix the environment. You don't fix the flower.
Okay. Because I know.
So sometimes when you gotta decenter yourself, you're gonna have to remove yourself from environments and people that you are used to.
Yes.
And people that, at one point served you, but they no longer do. Or environments that at one point you loved being in, but now it's draining. Yeah. If you try to grow, you gonna have to prune it. Move on.
It's like when you replanting a plant, like you repotting it, you taking it out of that pot because you need a little bit more room now.
You need more room. Ain't nothing wrong with the plant. The plant just can't grow no more because I don't have no room to grow. It's tight in here. I don't have no room to grow. I don't have nowhere to go. Like, I don't have nothing to do. But if you put me in a different environment with other nutrients, other people feeding me getting new things, me giving out new things. Now I'm flourishing. I got new leaves. I got a bigger pot. I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to do because
my petals look good.
My petals look good. I look good. Like, I'm flourishing.
The sun hit me right.
Okay? Because if I would have stayed in that other pot, I would have just been this size forever. I would have grown. I would have just been where I'm at.
Stunned at my growth.
Whew.
All right. That was it.
That was it, y'all.
That's the end of the episode, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.